Alright, today Bdawg and I are taking the Kittens. We're up in rural BC right now at our cabin in a little community. And we're heading even further up into the bush to get away from everybody. And we're taking the Kittens for their first outdoor adventure. We've been harness training them. We only got them about 3 weeks ago. They're less than 2 months old. There's Abby Lee right there. And we're heading up to the bush. We're going to have a campfire. We're going to cook lunch and do some stuff. It's wet out, so I went against my rule again, and I bought one bundle of firewood. Oh, there's Matilda.
You should have seen her face when she was going.
I bought one bundle of firewood, but we know it's going to be wet, so we're also going to have to collect some along the way. We're not going to go anywhere too crazy today, but we are going to go up in the mountain, truck only type situation. A little bit of off-roading probably, or I should say four-wheel drive. But yeah, it's going to be a good day. You can turn it off. So, if you remember the 90s, we used to have map books for like the city. I was just a kid. I remember my parents trying to figure them out. And generally speaking, when we're up in the bush, the GPS on the phone or whatever will work. But I still grabbed one of these when I was out at the overlanding meetup in Merritt last year. And there's definitely some good information in them, especially if you're just going to go up into the bush and figure things out. But I found that finding creeks and rivers and trails and logging roads and those types of things on this map is far easier than Google's GPS. Sometimes when you're up in the bush and you're on a logging road and you're using GPS, you're just basically driving through nothing on the GPS. So this is definitely helpful. It bailed me out once, which was pretty nice. But yeah, definitely recommend grabbing one of these for your area. There's a bunch of different brands that do them, but here in BC, Backroad Map Books is the big one. I think they're actually North American, but definitely worth looking into. Alrighty, so Bdawg and I are getting ready to head up into the backcountry for a fire and lunch. And we decided we're going to take these two for their first adventure. Meet Abby Lee Miller and Matilda. So we're going to take them up in the bush with us today. They've just been gotten used to their harnesses, which is awesome. We've been taking them out a bit. Not really into walking cats in the city. It's not my thing, but these two are definitely going to enjoy the wilderness for sure. Just got to be careful with them. It's springtime, so bears are out, cougars are out. There's even been a wolf spotted in the area, so we just got to keep them close on their leashes, and we brought them all sorts of stuff. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Yeah. Only a few weeks old. And sometimes when you're up on these drives, you gotta just stop and appreciate where you are. Like, it's crazy. So basically, these mountains here, if you've ever driven through Manning Park on the Crow's Nest Highway, and you're heading towards like Penticton or the Okanagan, this would be to your left, but like way in there. So that's kind of the geographical area that we're at right now. Heading towards the Coquihalla Highway. So we got turned around up the mountain. We went all the way up to where the melt basically had finished, and there was still too much snow. So we turned around because we've had a few years ago we got stuck up there and it turned into a bit of an adventure, and I'm just not looking to do that today. Maybe do that on my own. Not with the Kittens and with Bdawg. So then we turned around and we found a pretty beautiful spot, but it was just covered in cow manure. It's a pretty solid trail up here when the cows up here do their mountain grazing or whatever they call it, and they basically any little flat spot they just end up getting covered in cow poo-poo. So I didn't film that because I don't think anyone wants to see that before I get into a cooking video. So now we're just heading back down the mountain a little bit, and we're gonna see where we end up. It's 11 o'clock now. We've been up in the bush for about an hour. Still a nice, beautiful drive. But I think Bdawg, you and I were probably both eager to get set up and get some food going.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the deer. Shoot the deer. I don't know if you can see those, but around the corner and saw some deer. Let's check that out. Hey guys. So you can see we hit some mud. So what we've done is we've backtracked a little bit because Bdawg and I are eager to have a fire and set up. Right, Bdawg?
Yeah.
So we've there's a couple old cut blocks up here, and we just drove to the back of one and threw you know, I wanted to get a little 4x4 in. Although we are taking it easy, so we bombed out here and up into the mountain, and we'll set up here and do our thing. As I mentioned, I do have strict rules about wood, so I grabbed some from the cabin, just a little bit, but I bought one pack. We're gonna have to go up and fall a couple trees pretty soon. But our mission right now is to get some timber and get set up for a fire. And then we'll start getting going. So we gotta look around for some little stuff, Bdawg. So we're gonna need a lot of little stuff. This dead stuff it's wet. It's still pretty wet, but I think it's gonna be small enough that once we get going, it'll be all right. I'm gonna break some of this up, set up the fire. Found some. It's like a complete spine and rib cage. I'm willing to bet it's. Oh, maybe it's a coyote. Maybe it's a small deer. I don't know actually. Bobcat. I don't know. Deer probably. I'm also willing to bet that's probably the remains from a hunter or something. Somebody that left that shouldn't have. But it exists up here. It's crazy. If anybody knows what that is, feel free to comment. I don't shoot more than grouse, so I have no idea what this is. Hope it's not somebody's dog or something. That would suck. Have some kindling there, Braden?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. Keep breaking them. We need lots. All right, so I grabbed the tea kettle over here. Speaker. Tea kettle. Hold on. I'm not going to film that, homie. Stay on the fire. Okay. I know this thing's overkill. You got that there? But I like it. I think it was like 20 bucks on Amazon. It's lasted about a year so far. It's pretty cool. Start a fire in fashion, you know. Bug spray again. Doesn't seem to be any bugs out right now though, which is nice. I did grab some fire starter off Amazon. It's a cheap one. I find all this stuff works the same, but obviously if you're hardcore, you know that there's a lot that are better for the environment and that'll burn better. But up here, mild temperatures, it's, you know, it's not really of an issue we have to worry about. So I'm gonna throw that in there. Then I'm gonna do my pine needle trick around the sides. I dug a bit of a hole here because I'm hoping that I can elevate some coals and then keep the fire going at the back a bit more and then have just a nice hot spot to put the grill over. That's the goal there. Okay. Stuff's really bendy. It doesn't break that easy. Let's light that bad boy up. Go on both sides. As I say to that stuff, this stuff works fine. Ground's pretty wet there. See if we can get this going. All these little twigs are pretty wet. Probably could have used some more tinder. That ball a little bigger, but let's give that a sec. Oh, she's smoking, which means one of the wet logs is about to go, I think. There we go. So like I said, I could just chop kindling up, you know, do it normally, but it's not my style. Bdawg, you know I fight fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
I make it a bit of a thing, don't I?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun though, because once you have one going, you feel like you accomplished something that could have failed. Be careful there. Yeah, this stuff's pretty wet. Let's see. It wants to go, man. She'll go. I have faith in this fire. You can pause the video. She's still going. It's like when you do it this way, nice and slow, it fights everything in you, pushes everything, you get frustrated. But it also teaches us to just relax and calm down. Fire doesn't want to die. Use some of this cedar I got from a guy that sells it in Surrey for pizza ovens. Should catch. Tried starting the fire with all the wet stuff from the woods. Fire's a success. Took a little longer than we'd hoped. Wood's really wet, pine needles are soaked. Goal is to now to get it really big, get it out of that hole a bit into the back of the fire pit so we can set up our grill right on the front of that hole I dug. So got the fire going good. It's a lot smokier than I expected, just because obviously there's a lot of wet wood I'm burning, but I'm on a mission to burn this wet wood. Got the original fire reflector set up again. It's doing a great job of keeping the wind out and projecting heat. You can feel it right here. It's great. So I got the grill set up on top of my little hole I dug there. Fire's going good. We'll keep feeding the fire. And yeah, we're going to get cooking and enjoying the day. Got 2 kettles going. These aluminum camping kettles have been amazing. I love them. There we go. 2 kettles going. Braden's gonna have some, he wants some soup because we're probably not gonna get the burgers for a little bit here. And I want some tea. So we got the kettles on top of the fire. Keep that going. And then, yeah, eventually after we get settled, we're going to bring the kittens out and let them experience their first campfire up in the bush. Oh, smell that. Tell me that doesn't... Oh, you don't like that?
Smells like lavender.
Lavender. It's Earl Grey, baby. Put that in there. It's the
like,
best stuff.
They're like multiple?
I mean, I'm biased, but this is the best stuff. I love Earl Grey. Braden's going to make some soup, and I'm going to have some Earl Grey. I'll pause it. There we go. All done. Let's get these kittens out. Let's get that net. I guess I can take that down now. Hey, guys. You ready to come out and explore? Yeah? You look really, really excited about it. What do you think, Matilda? What do you think of the fire? Hey? Is it nice? You, Abby? Ooh, you're shaking a little bit. You scared? I'm right here. I'm right here. You relaxing on the cooler? Oh, you were shaking a little bit. Come here. You need love. You need love. That's what you need. You need love. Oh, she went over there? There. You want to go see your sister? What do you see? Come here. Yeah. Oh, you are adorable. You like it? Come here, Abby Lee. Oh, what's your sister up to? Yeah, why do I talk like I'm talking to a baby? Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, we got you guys. You're safe. You're both very safe. Yeah. Want some treats? Okay. Treats? Bring Matilda over here so she can get some of these treats. You have to pick her up probably. Abby Lee's gonna eat them all. What do you see out there? I'm worried about is there's a lot of ravens, hawks, and eagles and osprey up here, so gonna keep our eyes on them for sure. I'm not really a cat person, never really been, but my son got these from his aunt as a gift. Yeah, I have that sister. Where are you going, Abby Lee? Oh, just gonna go for a little lay down in the mud? Cool. Probably gonna get your first bath too then, I guess.
You can camouflage in with this.
Yeah. Where are you going? Hey, I love you too. Yeah? Well, she wants to explore a little bit, so I'll let her. Where are you going? The harnesses they're snug, but they're too big, so we've had to like adjust them manually. Get a little creative, but they can't get out of them, which is good. What do you see? Oh, you want to go see what your sister's doing? Decided it's time to get our burgers going. If you're a beginner or just looking for an affordable knife set, or hunting knives or camping knives or whatever, I highly recommend checking out Mossy Oak on Amazon. These are not like, I'm obviously not sponsored by them or anything. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But these are obviously like they're not going to last forever. But you know, for a starter kit, they're great. I've always had a Mossy Oak. I've got my buck knife and stuff as well. But I've always had a couple mossy oak knives. I just keep them in the kit. They work very, very well. Burgers of choice, we are going with Western Family's sirloin beef burgers. They're not huge. That's what she said. Ha! They're not huge, but they're great. These are actually awesome. I barbecue these all the time. They're great. So I'm gonna get these onto the grill and we're gonna cook them up. Alrighty, I grabbed this off. I wasn't knowing what to expect. It's part of my big, under $2,500 camping challenge to myself to get a bunch of gear. And I grabbed this thing, not really knowing what to expect. I honestly was gonna go to Dollarama if this was complete junk. Dollarama would not be any better. It is on the list to get some good stuff for us, but it actually turned out pretty decent. Came with everything I need here. It's got a can opener, which is great. It has a knife, scissors, little colander. Would probably never use that. I don't know what that's for. Maybe get sick or something. I'm just kidding. But it's got everything we need, so it's been great. They are not liking this leash situation. What do you see, Matilda? Fire is super, super hot. As you can see, not really in an ideal placement with the grill here. They're cooking just slow. Trying to bring the fire under the grill a little bit more, and it seems to be working. But it is really hot right here. I had to actually open up the fire reflector a bit because it was too hot to sit like within 15 feet of it, which is crazy. Fire's calmed down a little bit. It's accessible now, which is great. Just keep flipping them. There we go. They're cooking. Very smoky from the wet wood. All right, Bdawg, what do you want on your burger? Just ketchup? I do not like ketchup on my burgers. I like a little bit of relish. I don't know, ketchup's just never really been my thing on burgers. I know it comes on burgers when you buy them like everywhere else, but it's not my thing. Yeah, but then I wouldn't like it. I'm weird like that. Makes no sense, I know. And then I like mustard. Alrighty. And there we go. Burgers a la fire. It is good. That is a good burger for sure. Dog sleeping. Classic. Kittens decided they wanted to go exploring. What are you doing, Matilda? Matilda seems to be into it, but this one, Lee Miller, is... You need to ease up, girl. No? Uh-oh, Braden. I didn't bring the toilet. I can feel the burger going through me already. What should I do? Poop myself. Cool. Good thing I was kidding. Good thing I was kidding. I was expecting you to say, "Oh, Dad, I'll dig you a hole. Don't worry, Dad, I got you." Nope. Yeah, just stay there and lay down. All good. What are you tired from? I did all the work. I would say we've had a pretty successful time. My face is still red from how hot that fire got for a bit there. Yeah, had a good camp for the day. Set up a good fire, had some burgers, had some tea. Bdawg had some pho. That was pretty good. I didn't capture that on film because I wasn't sure how that was going to go, to be honest. First time having pho. Brought the kittens out. Yeah, it was a good day. Love it. Love it up here. So what's our number one rule, though? Leave it
as if you weren't there.
That's right. Leave it like you weren't there. Okay, let's get this fire out. Let's get a little more water on there. It's kind of satisfying. Do one more thing of water before I start spreading it out and burying some. Yeah, get right into those hot embers. Perfect. I forgot the big water jugs today. So not a bad spot for today. As I said, it was a cut block, and they did some logging here some time ago, so they had some burn piles a while ago, but which made it really accessible for wood. Put some more water on it if you saw some embers. But you know, it's nice to be up here. It's a beautiful day. It rained yesterday, which is why the wood was super wet. Snow melt's just started to happen. Oh, it looks like someone's been doing some target shooting. Oh, there's some 22 shells. Yeah, it's still beautiful up here.
Tune Seeker.